Let's talk about 3D mesh generation using Hypermesh. There are two commonly used types of three-dimensional elements, tetrahedrons and hexahedrons. In this video, we will only focus on creation of a tetramesh and its optimization. Sorry, hex mesh. There are two methods to create tetramesh in Hypermesh. We can use the volume tetra tool in tetramesh tab, or we can create a 2D surface mesh on all the surfaces of our geometry and then transform these elements into three-dimensional tetras. Let's take a look at the first method. As always, link for the CAD model is provided in the description. Feel free to download and use it to follow this tutorial. It is always better to work with a surface geometry as it provides better flexibility during geometry editing process. We will delete all the solids in our model, keeping all the bounding surfaces intact. For this first method, we will use the volume tetra tool from tetramesh panel. As we have a surface geometry, switch the selection box to surfaces. Click on any surface. If the geometry is enclosed, that is, there are no free edges, all the surfaces will be highlighted automatically. R-tria elements are excellent for accurately capturing all geometric features. For 3D type, we will select tetras. We will create first order elements. Let's keep the use curvature and use proximity checkboxes unchecked for now. We will get back to this in just a bit. Enter a proper element size. As you can see, the mesh will be created in the current component. We can set our surface component as the current component by right-clicking on it in the model browser. This change can be seen in the bottom status bar. Now we are ready to generate the mesh. Although the overall mesh looks good, we have failed to capture crucial geometric curves. We can create a better mesh by doing some simple changes. This is where the use curvature and use proximity tools work their magic. Keeping all other parameters same, we will check the curvature and proximity checkboxes and remesh our model. This mesh is much better than the previous one. All the geometry features have been successfully captured. The volume tetra tool can be used to create a satisfactory mesh if proper controls are used. But in this method, we cannot adjust the number of elements being created at any particular region of our geometry. Now let's take a look at the second method. In this method, we will first create a 2D surface mesh on all our surfaces. Select all the surfaces in our model. With a proper element size, switch the mesh type to R-trias. With all other settings as default, create the surface mesh. Now we will adjust the node densities along curves and edges. This will create more number of elements in specific areas of our model and help to capture crucial geometric features. By doing this, we can have better flexibility about our mesh and pinpoint regions of greater importance. Now we will use the tetramesh tool in 3D panel. There are two options to create a mesh. The float trias or quads to tetramesh usually provides a better mesh. Set the toggle button to remesh. With all other settings as default, generate the tetramesh. Now we need to delete the 2D elements which were created in the first step. We will use the by config option in delete panel and select all the elements of configuration tria 3. After deleting all the 2D elements, we have completed our tetramesh process. Now that we have properly meshed our component, let's get into the element quality check. The most crucial element quality criteria for tetramesh is the TET collapse. Mathematically, TET collapse is calculated using this formula. The ideal value of TET collapse is 1 and the worst value is 0. The value of TET collapse can be increased by increasing the height of a tetra element. For this demo, we will try to maintain the value of TET collapse above 0.3 for all the elements in our geometry. Let's take a look at how this can be done. Let's head over to the element quality panel to check the TET collapse parameter for our mesh. We will set the minimum value of TET collapse as 0.3. The number of elements failing in this quality check are shown in the status bar. To fix these elements, we will use the Fix 3D Elements tool from Tetramesh tab. In the selection box, we will select all the elements in our model. There are several quality criteria listed here. For now, we will only deal with the TET collapse. Uncheck all the other criteria. Now set the threshold for TET collapse at 0.3. Keeping all other settings as default, we will increase the number of iterations to 5. Clicking on Show Field will show the number of faulty elements. Now we can simply fix these elements with one click. The automatic fix option usually works for all models, but sometimes you will notice that not all the faulty elements were corrected by this method. In this case, we have to manually increase the height of tetra elements to improve the TET collapse. In this case, even after performing the automatic element fix, some elements are still failing in TET collapse. We will have to edit these elements manually. Let's start by isolating these elements using the mask panel for better visualization. Now we will create temporary nodes to highlight the corner points of these elements. We can manually increase the height of these tetra elements using the Translate panel. It can be accessed by pressing Shift F4. Now select the non-surface node, that is, the node which is not visible on our model surface. We can define the normal plane by selecting any 3 nodes. Now with any arbitrary value, we will translate the selected node. As you can see, the height of the element is increased. We can recheck the TET collapse from the element quality panel. As these two elements are not failing anymore, we will mask them to avoid confusion while editing other elements. Let's also clear the temporary nodes we created. Now we will fix the remaining elements by similar process using the Translate panel. As you can see, these elements have now passed the TET collapse quality check. For final verification, unmask all the elements and check for TET collapse. It is clear that none of the elements are failing anymore and our mesh is ready to be used in any simulation. That's all for tetramesh generation using Hypermesh. If you have any doubts, feel free to comment below. Do watch my other videos to learn Hypermesh and use it for your own simulations. If you like this video, hit that subscribe button. It helps a lot.